PYT Sports. This is Robert Littal with the dream team of JJ and Denise Jones. DJ's in the building. You know who we are? We're media people. And you know what media people do? We talk to athletes all the time. Sometimes they get a little bit contentious. Yesterday, Baker Mayfield, one of my favorite players, to be perfectly honest.
I actually like him too.
I like his moxie. He has a lot of moxie. Baker Mayfield went on the Colin Cowherd radio show. Cowherd has been critical of Baker Mayfield. He doesn't think he should have been the #1 pick. Has been critical of some of the actions that he did on the field. So they basically went one-on-one, Mike Tyson versus Michael Spinks, about some of the things that happened while Baker Mayfield was on the field with Oklahoma. Check out this first video of Colin Cowherd saying what upset him about something that he saw Baker Mayfield not celebrating with his teammates.
Got 2 pieces of video. First one's a football video. And I saw this and I'm like, oh, Baker. You're playing Ohio State. I watched every snap. You were, gloriously talented guy, right? And then I see this play right here. Now watch this, Baker. And you throw a touchdown. And instead of, now I don't like this. I'm going to tell you right now. How come you're not, what? Where are you going? Where are you going over there?
Our band is over there. Our student section's right there. And then straight back to our sideline.
What about your teammates?
Did you watch the rest of the game?
I watched the whole game.
You did? So you saw me celebrate with my teammates like the 3 touchdowns before that too?
I don't like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I guarantee you, when Colin was watching that game, he actually went, "Oh, Baker!" He didn't see the touchdown. He didn't see the wide out go in the end zone and break those 2 tackles. He went, "Oh, Baker," because that's what he was actually doing when that play happened. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That's what he did when he was preparing for the show that day, and he wanted to have something to fight with Baker Mayfield about. Just gonna put that out there.
You think that it was plotted out by Colin, or that
Of course. Wouldn't it be a good journalist if he didn't plot some of these things and plant these traps for Baker Mayfield? But Baker Mayfield talked back because he had that undraftable hoodie. Did you notice that? And it was funny because Colin was the one that said like, oh, he's undraftable. Then he goes to be the #1 draft pick. And then he has this undraftable hoodie on his show when he knows he's gonna get roasted by Colin. But little did Colin know that Baker was actually gonna talk back, and he talked back in the best way.
Yeah, it was like a troll and a troller going back.
He got out-trolled by the troll.
The troller. So this continued on. So they didn't stop after this. This continued on the back and forth between Colin Cowherd and Baker Mayfield. Let's listen to more of what Baker had to say as he was calling out Colin Cowherd for being fake.
You pulled the one clip of me running right there to our fans and people that traveled well to that game, first of all. And then you didn't show the rest of the clip of me going to our sideline?
No. You have to go to the sideline. You're not going to go to a hospital. Well, where are you going to go after the touchdown? You're not going to go.
Well, you're acting like I just ran away from everybody.
Well, you did, but then you came back and circled to the sideline.
This is a 5-second clip of yours showing me, and then I'm off the screen right there.
I'd like you to be with your teammates.
So this kept going on. This is some good stuff. This is some good wrestling, some boxing, some UFC. Listen to them continue to go at each other about this clip.
Watch the rest of the game. I was.
All right. Oh, I know you went back to the sideline.
No. Go watch the other touchdowns. I got very excited on that one.
So you think my accusation that this isn't
the fact that I feel like you're going for the fact that I'm not a team guy. I'm selfish. Is that what you're shooting at right here, or what?
It is no. I don't think that. I think sometimes your judgment's just a tad off, and I think the NFL's a judgment league because the game is so fast. You have to make the windows get really, really tight and really, really small. You got to make decisions really, really fast.
Here's my question to you guys. A lot of people, when this came out yesterday, were like, oh my God, Baker Mayfield embarrassed Colin Cowherd. Baker Mayfield, out-trolled Colin Cowherd. But honestly, isn't this a win for Colin? Because are we talking about his show today if he just had a regular show without Baker Mayfield? So does Mayfield, he gets the good press of saying but is he really helping himself by giving Cowherd all of this attention?
He is. He absolutely is, because though he's had great performances on the field, this has been one of his best performances off the field. So this is a win-win for both sides, because we're seeing a different side to Baker, I feel, in the sense where athletes constantly have to hear this bad talk, and both good and bad talk, right? About that comes from the media. And very few times do you actually get to confront the media, right? And so he has this opportunity, and he capitalized on the opportunity in the best way, because he even got to throw in some jabs himself. He asked, I don't know if we're gonna show this on here, but he asked Colin if he played football after high school? Like, that's such an important question, you know, and it takes a lot of, it's not your average athlete. A lot of these guys, we think they're meatheads. He carried the conversation and he won his debate.
JJ, have you ever confronted or had an athlete confront you about something that you said, or any type of person, you know, that you talked about on the show?
You have to be prepared for that. That's the thing. But what Colin went into this thinking was, he's like, I need to make this kid go ahead and heal to the way we like for them to be. It's why I've always had an issue with when some journalists they vote in like Hall of Famers or things like that. It's like a lot of times these guys hold grudges because of past interactions or contentious interviews they've had with people. And it's almost not fair, because I've said this, and I'm gonna say it for the 1,000th time. I think a lot of, and this brought up from what Baker said about, did you play football past high school? A lot of these journalists were athletes and never made it past junior high, JV football. Let's keep it real.
Facts.
And then so when you look at pro athletes, you don't like their attitude. How dare he think he's all this? It's because he is all this. Pro athletes, you have to have a certain level of confidence in yourself to make it to this pinnacle of your career. A lot of people who couldn't make it past 14-year-old football are jealous. Let's keep it real. You're a little bit jealous and you want to come back and be like, I have control of your career somehow. I want you to celebrate with your teammates on that one play. I want you to come to the meeting and go, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, how dare you guarantee a victory? They don't like any of that cocky stuff because they couldn't be cocky. Because they're losers. Just
losers. Wow, big time.
You couldn't make it. You couldn't make it past. I mean, I couldn't make it past college. You know, I was a collegiate athlete. I didn't go pro in anything, but I'm not jealous of people who went pro.
True, I'm not jealous either as a former collegiate athlete. But I'm also not a loser because I didn't make it pro. So I could only agree halfway with you there.
Well, good for Colin and good for Baker Mayfield for going head to head, side to side, front and back. And that was a rap song from the 80s. TYT Sports, we catch you on the flip side.